Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got them for a rep. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of Outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires, Ride on Our Strength, and by Grunt Style. We are so glad you joined us, talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week. And alongside is Ashley Stremme, filling in for Aaron Evernham. How are you?
I am great. How about yourself?
Oh, you kidding me? Fantastic. Sprint car racing. We get a chance to talk about it. And you can catch Ashley every Saturday on our MAV TV show. Yes,
that's right.
Indeed. And hanging out here during the week as well. So it is great. Hey, we have a great program on the Sage Fruit guest list. We've got Logan Schuchart, fresh off that big win at Fulton.
That's right.
And Cody Jacobs, because we've talked to Tim Shaffer and Lance Dewey's all year long about big wins. We decided and then we talked to Donnie Kreitz.
Yeah.
And Davey.
We talked to him in Port Royal.
We talked to him in Port Royal, exactly. So we're going to talk to Cody Jacobs, who is the crew chief for Tim Shaffer. So going to be a great, great program. Can't wait to hear what those gentlemen have to say. A couple of news items that came out yesterday. Chad coming out of the Robin Rita Hunter car looking for a ride. Okay, first off, you've got a really good race car.
Yeah.
And second off, you got a really good race car
racer.
driver. Oh boy, somebody needs to get off the off the schneid here and get that thing put together.
It's true.
And then Jason Johnson Racing announcing that Carson Macedo's going to run some races for him, but the Brownsburg Bullet, Joey Saldana's got a few rides with him.
That's right. It's going to be awesome for them. I know how much this really means to Joey.
Yeah.
I saw his tweet as well, and I know he's going to make Jason proud for sure.
It really is. So lots happening in the world of sprint car racing. Time for our classic ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics. Tim Shaffer, $27,000. Tim Shaffer earlier this year, $10,000 at the Jim Ford Classic. Tim Shaffer earlier this year, $100,000 at Mansfield. In Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, there's now the Tim Shaffer branch of the First National Bank. Speed Shift TV, I mean, Shaffer blew him out of the water. Oh my
absolutely.
God, it was insane.
When you pass Lance Dewey's like that,
exactly.
you're doing big things.
Great stuff, Tim Shaffer. Speaking of big money Blake Hahn. That's what I think they need to call him on the ASCS Tour. Now, this was a regional race, but it was a short track nationals, $10,041. Picked up the win. He won $13,000 earlier this year in a race in Wichita. So Blake Hahn, okay. How about this one? Now, I love this one. Our main man, that youngster, Danny Smith. Okay, that young kid, the kids these days.
Yeah.
Danny Smith finished 4th at Atomic. He's the track champion. It's like, and I think he's got like 9 wins this year. It's like, wait a minute, didn't we go through a phase last year where he said if he stopped winning, that he was not going to race anymore, and he went to like September or October and then won. This year we're sitting here in October, he's got 9 freaking wins.
Hey. I don't think he's done racing.
No, I don't think he's done racing at all. And I think when he rolls in, everyone else is like, oh, dear God, here we go. We got to tangle with him again. So kudos to Danny Smith. I really respect Danny. Every race car driver around the world wants to be on the World of Outlaw Tour or in Central Pennsylvania or in California, one of these hotbeds, mixing it up with the best. Danny has found where his budget makes him comfortable, where he can go to race to win, and he loves it. Travels around the country. He's got some buddy down in Florida that he hangs out with, and they drink beer and fish and race cars. And I love the way that Danny Smith runs his deal. 9 times he's won this year or something like that. It's crazy. Out on the West Coast, Shane Golobic, 4th King of the West Series win. It was at Kern County Speedway in Bakersfield. And don't look now, we have got a raging point battle in the King of the West Series. So great stuff out there as well. There you have it, your Classic Ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics. Great for hats, for t-shirts, for towels, for hoodies, for whatever you need. Maybe you need it for another sporting team, like a youth team or a bowling league. Yeah, how about that, a bowling league? Maybe you need it for a corporate event or some kind of business, no matter what it is. And by the way, maybe you need it for your race team. Check them out at www.classicinkusa.com. When we come back, Logan Schuchart's in the house after that win Saturday night at Fulton.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing. Sage Fruit has been a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the last 15 years and a proud partner of Wing Nation for the last 3 years. We love sprint car racing, and we are there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
What would it look like if we all listen more? Listening to audiobooks inspires us, motivates us, even brings us closer. And there's no better place to listen than Audible. Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet, including one of my favorites, the bravest of them all, The Legend of Stan Bowman, great USAC racer, with a foreword by Tony Stewart. Audible members get more than ever before. Each month they get 3 titles of their choice, 1 audiobook, 2 Audible originals, and fitness programs that they can't get anywhere else. There's never been a better time to experience Audible. Try it free for 30 days by visiting audible.com/winged or by texting winged to 500500. AUDIBLE, audible.com/motorsport. Again, it's audible.com/winged or text winged to 500500 to try it free today.
I'm Sheldon Honshield. You're watching Wing Nation.
Thank you, Sheldon. Welcome back. It is Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Let's go to the Weld Racing Hotline. Fresh off from a trip to Victory Lane up at Fulton, second win of the season. Drives that Dryden car. It is Logan Schuchart. Hello, Logan. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, congratulations. Tell us about that win on Saturday night.
I actually started out not so good. We qualified pretty bad in the back, and 15th actually, and it's a place we went to before. We hold the track record. We were fast there, 2 years ago qualifying, but just missed a little bit. And but the heat race, I would say, was key to it. We started 5th and got by a couple cars on the bottom. I felt like we were just able to roll the bottom a little bit better than a couple other cars, and that was kind of key in the A too. But the heat race was definitely key, getting into that dash spot, and it's always good to put yourself in a good position and get into that dash. So, but we were fast. I was happy for our guys. I think they've worked really hard. Joe Mooney. We had a couple new guys come with us on this trip, Ron, Andrew, and it's pretty cool for them to get a win on their first trip, and let them know that it's not that it's not that easy all the time, or that fun and games. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and we're not winning every night. There's some 20th place finishes in there, but they definitely had a good first trip.
I love it. And Logan, you're currently sitting 6th in the World of Outlaw points. A few spots better than last year. The wins, you don't have as many, but we still have a few races left. I think you're 2 less. But your consistency this year has been remarkable for you and Jacob as well with Shark Racing. What's it been like just, having those top 10s consecutively every single weekend and really up there battling all the time?
Yeah, I think that's a big difference in our team between the last couple of years and this year. And I said, a couple of times this year and recently that I feel like our team's the best that it's ever been. I feel like we've really gained on it. Last year at the beginning of the year, our truck broke down, and as a lot of people know, and it really hurt our whole program as a whole. I think we just, we played catch up majority of the year, and even to the beginning of this year with our engines and trying to get them back on track and rebuild them when they need to be rebuilt. Just hurt a couple at the end of last year that shouldn't have been hurt if we were in a better position. But we have good engines, and Michael Newman with Newman's Racing Engines built us great engines. He works really hard for us, and we were able to have them. With the help of Priority Aviation, Richard and Jennifer Marshall. All around the racing community, all they do for midget racing, non-wing, wing sprint cars on the World Outlaw Tour. Awesome people, and it's crazy how involved they are in the sport, and very thankful to have them on board. And in May we got Dryden, and they've been a big help to us also, and it's really helped our program as a whole to be able to run better and consistently, and instead of worrying about pulling out of a race when we're not running so well, and some of those finishes where we came from the back and finished up front, that maybe if we weren't running so well in the beginning that we maybe would have pulled out of to try and save an engine or something. We don't have to worry about that anymore because, we're more focused on racing. So that's been a huge help to us. And like you said, the consistency last year we won 4 races, but we only were in the top 5 11 times. So it seemed like when we were up front, we had a chance to win. And if we weren't in the top 5, we were, in the back or, falling out or something within those lines. So this year we've had a lot of top 5 finishes, I think 22 or 23 to, right now. And we've had a couple or a good many second place finishes, third place finishes. And so we're right there. And I think that's, when you keep having those type of finishes, they turn into wins. And definitely want to win more races, but, that's how you put yourself in a position and win those races. Hopefully we can get a couple more before the year's over.
Logan, an interesting way the schedule lays out for you guys in that you've had a little chance to be at home with Williams Grove last week, and then Fulton's not too far away. You just up 81 there and up to Fulton, New York. What's it like for a team that is so used to living in hotels and working in the hotel parking lots and that sort of thing? What's it been like to spend the last couple of weeks at least sleeping in the same bed maybe more often than not and having a shop to base your team out of?
Yeah, it just makes things a lot less, it's more, I wouldn't say more fun. I love being on the road. I love traveling and seeing new places. But when you get to, be out of your shop and, let things be a little more organized or, slow the pace down a little bit, you don't have to put the car in and out every night. And for everybody that knows our operation, 2 cars out of 1 trailer, it's a lot to unload and unload every day. So, for the guys and just to regroup and from being on the road and get the stuff out of the trailer that we need to and be able to put the cars in the shop and be able to race at places like Williams Grove and where we have all these hometown fans and the PA Posse fans, Pennsylvania fans are so good to us and always make us feel welcomed, and that always makes us feel good and be able to spend time with the family and have them come out to the races and my mom, my parents, and my dad and some of my grandparents will come out to the to Eldora and some of those type of races. But when we get to come to Williams Grove and some of these hometown tracks like we go to Port Royal in a couple weeks, I get some of my family and friends, and it just makes it really fun for us and a little more relaxed and just go have fun with it, really.
You talk about these crew guys unloading and loading everything. Last week you tweeted that you're actually looking for a crew guy. Are you still in a search for someone? If so, here's your plug on Wing Nation to be able to see if we can find someone for you.
Right now we had 2 kids that 2 guys that came with us to Fulton on Saturday, and we like somebody to go with us for the rest of this year, but it's tough when you have jobs. Everybody has regular jobs and that, but definitely in January we're trying to have some guys come on full time, and we had Ron, like I said, Ron and Andrew. I only met his first day I met him, so I'm not going to try and say their last names, but they did a great job for us, and we seemed to really like them, and I think they really enjoyed it. So I think we found 2 guys to help us at the moment, but if something changes, it was actually really awesome. All the people that got a hold of my mom over the internet and emailed her about wanting to come help, and it's pretty awesome. So we're lucky to have the help that we have, and like I said, Joe Mooney's done a great job this year. Some of these other teams that have 3 guys that work on 1 car, and Joe and Tyler Garber working on Jacobs' car, they've took a big load themselves on this whole operation, and they're definitely workaholics, and we're lucky to have them.
Boy, that's what it takes, that's for sure, and good to see the results come along with it, including that win Saturday night up at Fulton Speedway. Logan, we appreciate the time. We wish you the best as you head back west to Illinois and Indiana this weekend, and then over to Ohio and on throughout the way, but we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us, and continued success.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me again.
There we go. Drives that Dryden car. It's Logan Schuchart joining us here on Wing Nation. Let's step away. When we come back, we're going to talk to the head wrench, the crew chief for Tim Shaffer, Cody Jacobs. He joins us next.
The American Sprint Car Series is back for its 27th year. Whether you're catching the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour at tracks like Williams Grove, Skagit Speedway, Knoxville Raceway, Lucas Oil Speedway, or any of the 6 regional tours across the United States, you'll find the ASCS Nation racing at a track near you. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. Then see the full schedule, track-by-track history, updates, and more at ASCSRacing.com.
Looking for custom racewear and embroidery? Do you want your race fans to represent your race team with trendy, original apparel? Contact Classic Ink USA, the new standard in custom screen printing and embroidery, located in Greater Pittsburgh. Classic Ink USA's professional staff utilizes state-of-the-art facilities to transform your ideas into an attractive wearable piece. From custom track swag racewear to trendy quick crew wear, Classic Ink handles it all. Find out how you can get started. Contact Classic Ink USA screen printing and embroidery at the track and on your back.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Hi, I'm Stevie Smith, and you're listening to Wing Nation.
Thank you, Stevie. Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Let's go back to the Weld Racing Hotline. Joining us fresh off from a trip to Victory Lane at the fabulous Lincoln Speedway. $27,000 paycheck in the bank for the team. He is the crew chief on Tim Shaffer's car. Cody Jacobs is on the line. Hello, Cody. Welcome to Wing Nation.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you doing? Did you get all the confetti and get that check back to wherever you were going and get that all taken care of after that big win Saturday night?
Yeah. I tell you what, it was a good night. You know, it's for me personally, it's my first win in I guess Central PA land. You know, I've been close a few times with a couple different guys at Williams Grove and some tracks over there, but to get a win over there with Chafe and against the PA posse, that was very, very big, and it was a good night.
I love it. Cody, I've just got to ask.
Oh, boy. Here we go, Cody. You're in trouble already. I can tell you right now.
I just have to know, do you speak Aliquippa?
No. I am not quite on that level of Aliquippa, but at times we can let her loose, but he does a pretty good job at that himself.
Yeah, I'd say he does, that's for sure. Cody, we've had Tim on multiple times this year, and I've made the statement multiple times. You guys get that car dialed in, and it doesn't matter where you go. You're gonna be tough to handle, and I think that showed again. And we've talked to Tim, like, what's that like to climb in the car every time, knowing that this could be the night that we park it on the front stretch. As a crew chief, to have things rolling along, what is that like as a crew chief to know that you and your driver are synced up, the equipment is really good, and that when you pull into the pit area, you know that night could end really good? What's that like?
Well, it's been great. You know, really, it's been a building process. I mean, it's been, you know, at the end of 2016 there, I was with Danny Holtgraver and was running that 70 car, and Danny kind of got banged up there at the end of the year, and, you know, I got with Chafe and Joe Demian there, the car owner, and I helped him a few races, and you know, we had some early success there, and you know, we felt, you know, pretty confident, and we landed the deal there in 2017 and had a lot of success last year. You know, we won 11 races and felt like we were pretty competitive anywhere we went. And, you know, we're just continuing to try and build this program up to be on that level, to be competitive, you know, with the Donnie Schatz and Brad Sweet and those guys out there that are really having success, you know, with their race teams. And, you know, we're just trying to build it to continue to be at that level and be able to win wherever we go.
And win wherever you go. You know, we know that the World of Outlaws Tour was kind of the direction that everyone thought you were going, but it kind of turned into kind of pick and choose and make your own schedule. How's that really turned out? I mean, obviously you've won some really big money races this year, but what's it been like just kind of creating your own schedule?
It's been great. I mean, for me and Tim both, it's been really good for us. It's allowed us to be home a little more often, but still have that full-time type of schedule. You know, we can run 75 or 80 races a year, but still be around home. You know, I can kind of be home around my family and spend time with my girlfriend and, you know, do things like that normally out on the road you wouldn't be able to do as much through the summer months. So it's been good that way. You know, obviously if I wasn't doing this, you know, I'd love to do an Outlaw deal with him, you know, but this is pretty much an ideal situation for both of us.
Doesn't get any better than an ideal situation for both of us, and especially the way their car rolls. Cody and Ashley was asking me this before, and I don't know that I know this, okay? Tim's over in Aliquippa, okay? Where are you at, and where is the team at? Is the team with you? How does this all work?
Well, I'm from Worcester, Ohio, but the home base is out of Struthers with Rudzik Excavating. Jeff Rudzik, the team owner, he's got a shop there in Struthers, and then Tim kind of keeps it at his house, and you know, we bounce around, and I kind of, you know, we'll race and, you know, try and stay ahead of the game a little bit with our, you know, maintenance and everything. So it allows me to get home a little bit and do some different things, and you know, we kind of keep each other fresh that way, you know, and taking some workload off. And I'm thankful. Tim's the type of driver that isn't just a driver. He really likes being hands-on. You know, he enjoys, you know, taking care of engines and working, and he's smart himself. You know, I've learned a lot from him and a lot of other good drivers that have been doing this a long time. So yeah, we just kind of home bases in Struthers, but you know, we bounce around a little bit. We'll bring it to Worcester. We've worked out at Jack Hodenshield shop a few times this year. Tim's place and Struthers, but yeah, it works out really good.
Not too bad, not too shabby at all. Well, we know that after the win at Lincoln, Tim headed out to PA Motor Speedway for the Pittsburgher. Were you wrenching on the late model this weekend too, or did you head on home?
No, I did stay. I'm not too much help with the late model, but I got some fairly decent resources. I worked for Keith Berner, the AccuForce shock dynos guy, for a good while now. You know, I've been off and on down there, you know, helping him out, and he's very experienced in the late models. So I kind of just called him and had him tell me what to do, and we tried to get it as close as we can. But he did a really good job. He missed it by one there, and ended up winning the B main, and started in the back and kind of ran in the back and ended up pulling in. But he said he felt pretty racy. So I don't know. Maybe one day we'll be able to venture into some late model racing.
That's yeah, because you got nothing else going on. That's it. Yeah, just a little spare project on the side. Yeah. Great stuff. Cody, congratulations on that win. I just am so happy for you guys, for you, for Tim, and for everyone. Congratulations on that win, going over to Pennsylvania and taking the money and bringing it back to your place. And a couple more big ones coming up still. So continued success. Best of luck as you continue on.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
There we go. Cody Jacobs joining us on the program. Man, that's just written for Tim Shaffer. Yeah, we keep the car here, we keep the car there. I'll work on it this week. I'll do the maintenance. You do the maintenance, and
kind of like a World of Outlaws team, like we said earlier, living out of parking lots and hotels. You know, it's kind of the same thing.
We're rolling to Jack shop. We're rolling to Shave shop. We're rolling to. We'll go down to Rudzik. We'll just, you know, I mean, yeah, wherever we're at. So great stuff. Always cool to talk to a guy that busts his knuckles on these cars and turns the wrenches. And appreciate Cody joining us on the program. Let's step away. We've got more Wing Nation in just a moment.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld racing wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld racing wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld racing wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing. Proven speed.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa is proud to announce their feature exhibit for 2018, The Salute to Champion Brian Clausen. Open May 1st through October 1st. See the race cars Brian Clausen drove during his illustrious racing career and the trophies, uniforms, and memorabilia Brian amassed while driving sprint cars, midgets, Indy cars, and NASCAR. The Salute to Champion Brian Clausen exhibit, only at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, located in Turn 2 at Knoxville Raceway.
Aggressive Hydraulics, where we engineer the cylinders that move your business. We specialize in designing and manufacturing purpose-built, application-specific hydraulic cylinders with superior precision and performance, making OEM products stronger, crafting cylinders that operate on a global basis in a wide variety of industries and applications. Get aggressive with your cylinder challenges. AggressiveHydraulics.com.
Hi, I'm Dale Blaney, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Thank you, Dale. We are having a ball. Ashley Stremme filling in for Aaron Evernham this week. I believe Aaron is nurse duties.
Mom.
Well, mom and nurse duties, because Ray had a little minor surgery, and then with Kate and with Ray. Aaron might very well be at the stage where she'd do about anything to talk sprint car races right now. Maybe that and a little wine, exactly. But appreciate Ashley joining us. This time in the program, we always talk about our friends, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. We always talk about the birthday calendar. Monday, yesterday, the birthday of Donnie Ray Crawford, Eddie Rickenbacker, Craig Kinzer, Gary Stanton, Everett Saylor. Coming up later this week, Ralph Ligori, Emmett Hahn, John Stanbro. Saturday, Wilbur Shaw. Sunday, Chad Layton. Today, Pat O'Connor, Travis Spider-Webb, and how about this one? Class of 2015, it's the sheriff's birthday, Donnie Kreitz, 57 years old. How about that? He started racing modifieds at age 16. At age 22, he moved to sprint cars, and, 200 times he won. National Open, Kings Royal, 4-time Williams Grove champ. A legend, Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. There's not enough words to describe Donnie Kreitz.
And now a car owner, legendary car owner.
I know, exactly. And they don't miss a beat with a car either.
No, and I've got to say, October is the month for birthdays, if I must say so myself. I mean,
there you go.
You got
Absolutely.
Donnie Kreitz, Lance Deweese just had his birthday over the weekend.
Yeah, I wonder who else has birthdays coming up here along the way. Yeah, exactly. So, there you go. So it is the sheriff's birthday. So everyone get on there. He works for Calvin Knapp, by the way. Yeah, he's Calvin's right hand. Yeah, Cardboard Calvin. He's Calvin's right hand man there. He's got it's Calvin at the top of that, and then Don, Lance, and Davey work under Calvin there on that program. So found a good niche there for the sheriff. So that is fantastic stuff. Hey, we've got a couple special shows coming up. I'm telling you what, we are going to be locked in. Wednesday, October 31st. Out at Millbridge Speedway, it's the Keith Coons Give Back Classic. Okay, this is the Champ Karts racing out there, and we're going to do a pre-race show. Tyler Burnett, who does Rip the Fence, and yours truly. So it's a Rip the Fence Wing Nation party, if you will, and we're going to be out there at Millbridge Speedway doing a pre-race show. So we've got that coming up. On Friday, November 2nd, you and I were going to be hanging at the Pavilion down by ZMAX Dragway because it'll be the World Finals.
I can't believe it's all. I'm excited that it's almost here, but at the same time, that means the season's over.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a good thing in one sense, and it's a terrible thing in another sense. So we're going to be out there on Friday, November 2nd. So if you're coming to the World Finals, make sure you plan on joining us there. If not, you can twist us in at wingnation.com and follow along. And speaking of wingnation.com, we've had a lot of fun this year carrying cameras and camera crews around the country. And this week we are launching a new video series called Winged Nation Presents. And, well, who better to start it off than a sit down with Danny Dietrich? What makes him tick, what makes him tweet, what makes him talk, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you can follow that and get that exclusively at www.wingednation.com. Great stuff there over the course of time. And we've got some great personality profiles. We've got some stories. We got some wives and girlfriends. And we've got some other things there. So that'll be on wingnation.com and also on our Facebook page. Coming up this week also, if we didn't get enough Danny Dietrich there, he's going to join us Thursday for our Wing Nation preview podcast by Hepner Racing Products, setting up a Pennsylvania double on Saturday.
That's right. It doesn't happen often, but when it does,
it's going to be great.
A good time.
That's for sure. And Saturday on MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit on MAV TV, Bud Kading is in the house talking California racing and the Trophy Cup. Love chatting with Bud Kading. So fantastic stuff along the way. I think we got this thing about whipped into shape here for today. Yeah, well, I've ran out of papers. Here, so I think we're good. No, I think we're good. Appreciate Logan Schuchart for joining us. Appreciate Cody Jacobs for joining us. And again, make sure you check us out at www.wingnation.com. For Ashley Stremme, I'm Steve Post. Thanks for joining us here today on Wing Nation.
Wing Nation has been brought to you by Hercules Tires and by Grunt Style. Wing Nation can be found on demand at mrn.com, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Wing Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.